I am in the kitchen with Carlos Jaramillo, who is the owner of Mocha Joe's. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Okay, we're making coffee, but we're making a special kind of coffee, right?
Correct.
So what kind of coffee are we making?
We're making what we call a next level buttered coffee. It's made with an organic, single estate, single source, high altitude coffee.
Okay.
Organic grass-fed butter.
All right.
And MCT oil, which is just a concentrate of
And so that's
coconut
what
oil.
we're looking at right here.
Correct.
And you guys use stevia.
Yeah, we use
Okay.
some natural sweetener just to.
So this coffee is actually kind of good for you.
It's actually very good for you.
All
yeah,
right,
it's
very cool.
It's a meal replacement. It's helped me lose 40 pounds.
Really?
Yes, honestly,
Wow.
yes.
Great. Well, we're going to make some when we come back in just a little bit, but for now, we're going to send things over to Chad.
We are in the kitchen with Fernando Barraza of Mocha Joe's. We're talking about next level coffee. All right, so first question, I was over there eavesdropping earlier. You guys use butter in your coffee.
Correct.
Why? What does that do? That is something that I have never done.
Well, the butter and the MCT oil provide good saturated fats coupled with the caffeine. So what that means is when you drink a regular cup of coffee, you usually peak and then you start crashing.
Right.
And then you have another cup of coffee, you peak and then you start crashing. So with the good saturated fats in the butter and the MCT oil, what they do is they take you to a pretty good spot and then you just gradually taper off.
So it helps keep that caffeine where it's at instead of the crash.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. So what is MCT oil? That is something that's new to me as well.
That's microchain triglycerides.
Okay.
So what that does, it's a thermogenic, especially coupled with the caffeine. It's a good thermogenic, so it helps you burn fat, and it's also good for brain functioning. So when you take in the MCT oil with the caffeine, it almost instantly metabolizes into brain power.
Wow.
Yeah, so it really helps your brain functioning. When I started drinking this stuff, it was like my world was in high definition.
Really? No
Yeah.
kidding. Wow, that's really exciting. Okay, so I know that we're going to be brewing here in just a few minutes,
Correct.
and I got to try this butter MCT oil coffee. 'Cause I like my coffee, and I got to expand my horizons.
Oh, yeah,
Eat some brain food this morning, I'll tell you.
and this will replace your breakfast and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're speaking my language. That's fantastic. All right. Well, we got more coming up in just a few minutes, but first we are in the kitchen with Carlos Jaramillo and Fernando Barraza from Mocha Joe's. And so we're going to try this butter MCT oil coffee. I've been doing it all wrong. All right,
Well, now
so
you know.
Fernando, so show us what you do.
Okay, so what you put in there, how much butter did you put in there?
So this is varied amounts, but
Okay.
for 16 ounces of coffee, I usually put 2 tablespoons of butter
Okay.
and then 2 tablespoons of the MCT oil.
Okay.
The butter depends on how active your day is. You know, if you're going to have a pretty active day, you want to do more butter. A less active day, you do less butter.
Is it because of the energy, or is it because it's going to keep that caffeine buzz going, or because of the meal replacement factor?
Yeah,
Or both?
all of that.
All of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and the good calories that are in the butter.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So show us what you do here.
Yeah.
You got the
All right.
coffee ready to go. You got the butter and the MCT oil in
Yeah.
there.
So there's butter, MCT oil in here. We have the coffee here. So we would just pour this in.
Now, do you guys only sell your coffee by the bean?
Correct.
Okay.
And we do sell the coffee drink at Mocha Joe's.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
I think we're the only coffee shop in the whole state that actually makes this particular drink.
Yeah.
Really?
First
Okay.
first that I've heard of.
Yes.
Definitely.
So a couple of things. It's important to use a metal filter, like a French press, something like that, not a paper filter for your coffee, because that soaks up the natural oils of the
Really?
beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
doing
to
that wrong
know.
again. I have a French press,
Yeah.
but you know, sometimes you just get lazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a little bit
And
longer.
by you, I mean me. I get lazy a lot.
Yes.
And then you want to blend it because that aerates like all the chemicals and makes it easier for your body to take in.
Okay.
So
Wow, the science behind coffee.
yeah,
Okay, what is that thing that you're using?
this is an immersion blender.
Okay.
And then you just put in something. Roll it up.
Yeah.
So the only one that's going to get dirty may be him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's pretty quick.
Yep, very quick. There should be a nice little like cream on top.
Yeah.
You know,
I like
if
the way it smells already.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Like if you want more froth on top, then you would blend it longer.
Blend it more.
Okay.
Yeah. So that depends on
See how
you.
it froths up just like a latte?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really does. That's amazing.
Whoops.
All right, Chad, you try it.
Oh, I can't wait. No, you said you add another ingredient to this. Is that
Well,
right?
it's just stevia. It's like
Stevia?
a
Okay.
natural a natural sweetener, but I don't know.
You don't necessarily need it, so because I usually do cream, no sugar in my coffee. So if I
So
do
then you
would like it just like
so
you could try that.
this is our guy right here. Okay.
Okay, so so you guys sell Next Level Coffee in Mocha Joe's, and then you guys are located in what market?
Village Farmers Market. I know it's a
Village-
lot of commingling.
That's okay. Where is Village Farmers Market?
It's at 607 Osuna, right across the street from Sandia Prep.
Okay.
Been there for 3 years, and we've been doing this coffee for about 6 months.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Where did you guys get this idea?
Well, it's actually a Tibetan, well, there's a recipe used all around the world. I first read about it as Tibetan yak butter tea.
Okay.
So it's a very, very common thing all around the world.
Wow,
But
okay.
we've modified it here in the U.S. a little bit.
And so, as you said, and it's interesting because, you know, especially in our culture, we hear the word fat.
Yeah.
It's like it's verboten,
But
you know.
there's good
You can't-
fats and bad
there's
fats
good fats and bad
and-
fats. So using this type of fat, this is good. This helps increase the energy
It's
and prolong
it's
it.
good. Let me tell you.
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we can get this from Mocha Joe's.
Correct.
You just go in there and we order
Next Level Butter Coffee.
Next
So
Level
it's just one of the drinks that we offer.
Okay.
We use all of our Next Level coffee, which is very important because it's single sourced and it's organic.
So what does that mean, single source? Let's talk about that and where you get the beans from.
Yeah.
Well, we get it. It's very important that you get it from a single source because that's what creates the microtoxins is mixing like Guatemalan and Colombian. Or you want to have it from a single estate, high altitude, and the process of selecting the beans and the roasting is all, you know,
Okay.
a scientific type of thing, you know, that.
So now, what happens if, and you know, I don't know all that much about beans and you know the way they do it. I should, considering how much coffee I drink. I should be an expert on this. But if they get a bad batch some year, something like that happens, what happens for you guys then? I mean, is there such thing as a bad batch of coffee? I've yet to have a really bad cup of coffee, and let me tell you, I've done a lot of road trips.
Well, I've had some bad coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens if a place gets, you know, a bad crop one year, let's say, then they're just out of business for that year, or they just sell bad coffee. Us, we actually use ourselves as guinea pigs, and we go and check out different places. We go check out different beans, and we get the highest quality because coffee, just like everything else that grows, has seasons.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, so you can have a bad season, you can have a good season. If you get it just from one farm and one place, then and they have a bad season, then you're selling bad coffee. So
you guys are
we
really
stay
doing
dynamic.
your homework. You're
Correct.
really doing your homework on this to make sure that you're
Correct.
bringing the highest quality bean.
Well, yeah, that makes for a good
to
story,
Albuquerque.
like that other people pitch, but it doesn't make for the best cup of
Sure.
coffee.
Yeah.
It just really doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd rather have a good cup of coffee than a good story. No offense, I'm sure you guys are
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
storytellers.
Correct.
But for more information on this, folks, where you can find them, again, give us the breakdown, where you are, you're inside what
607
store?
Osuna, right across from Sandia Prep, inside Village Farmers Market. That's our local market.
Okay.
And Mocha Joe's is in there. Or you can, what is it, nextlevelcoffeeco.com.
It's nextlevelcoffeeco.com. You can like us on Facebook, Next Level Coffee. We're on Instagram and Twitter as NL Coffee Co.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to finish this up, folks. Stay with us. This is the best cup of coffee I've ever had.